from the Audible Entertainment Studios, your premier podcast for the Hickory, North Carolina area. In the Mix with Audible Entertainment. We talk about anything and everything.
All right. Welcome to the pilot episode of In the Mix with Audible Entertainment. I'm your host, Chris. In the house this evening, we got Bubba.
What's up?
We got Adam.
Hello.
We got Forrest.
Hey, how you doing?
Forrest was just over here talking some foreign language, alien language of... Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
It's actually Bubba, but
I don't give a damn who it was. It sounded great.
his mouth works a lot better than mine.
There you go. All right, guys, you heard it in the intro. We talk about anything and everything. We want to give you a quick rundown of what we're going to be doing on In the Mix with Audible Entertainment. Basically, man, we're going to just bring some guests on. We're going to have people like Darren Bryan in here, Zeb Spencer, just highlighting local entertainment, local businesses. Probably bring Romeo in the house. You guys know Romeo from Romeo and Juliet's. A few
Check
other,
us out Tuesday nights.
Yeah, Tuesday nights karaoke. Forced with this shameless plug. Got to get them in there. So for the pilot episode, we're just kind of introduce everybody here. Kind of these are the main players for Audible Entertainment, and talk a little bit about DJing and bar life, and kind of what it is, what we do. So that being said, Forrest, how we doing this evening?
I'm doing good, man.
You doing good?
Partied a little hard this weekend, so
Oh yeah, he had like 75 fucking Jack and Cokes.
it was like an hour and a half span. I had 8. About 5 of them were doubles. It was I'm still my tummy's a little soft. I will say that.
Just a quick disclaimer for our listeners out there: if you drink that many Jack and Cokes, your dick won't work.
I tried.
And you tried like hell. I give it to him. Not with me, by the way. We're just going to throw that out there.
Cap. Okay, that sounds like a first
Another booger.
experience right there.
Another booger.
I wasn't even there.
I mean, hey, I think she enjoyed it, but she's still with me to this day, so we'll be good.
I mean, it sounded good, right?
Yeah, I mean, hey, it sounded like Bubba's mouth. So hey, I'll take it. But yeah, it was weird having last night off. I won't lie.
Yeah. You haven't had a Saturday off in a while, right?
It's besides like when I request off, like my sister's wedding and stuff. I was out of town for a week, but other than that, like,
Yeah.
I mean,
But you were
for the
still
most part.
handling music for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I mean, we're pretty consistent every week.
Yeah. It's been crazy. So we're just coming off of a long freaking wedding season. It's been crazy with all the normal gigs. We had Lake Hickory Haunts. We had all of our bars, a lot of weddings. It's been insane. It really has. So as DJs, what made you guys want to get into the DJ business? We'll start with Bubba over here.
So I was in between some work, and I was like, man, I need to make some extra money because this $10 in my account ain't going to last me for 3 months. So,
All right, you can't be spending bands on strippers with $10.
I'm telling you, it's hard out there for a pimp.
Making it rain with pennies.
So I put out there on Facebook, I was like, hey, I'm looking for some part-time work, just something to put some extra change in my pocket. And then Karen messaged me or put a comment down there. She's like, oh my God, you need to talk to Chris. You need to talk to Chris. He's been waiting for this moment his entire life. I was like,
Right.
all right. So I messaged Chris, and I was like, hey, I heard that you might be needing another DJ. And he was like, dude, yes, please. Ever since I met you, like, I knew that you could do this kind of job. And it was like, yeah, like I could hear him like heavy breathing through the text. He's like,
Exactly. Yeah.
And we had like, what was it? We probably had like a 2-hour conversation and voice messages on Facebook talking about this.
Something like
So
that, yeah.
hot.
Yeah. It was just one of those things where, like, I found out you were looking for some extra work, and I was like, oh, my nipples are hard. Let's handle this right now. Let's get you on board, man. So the thing about Audible is, man, we try to provide the best quality sound, the best quality DJs, and it's just been the goal of the entire company, period. And that's what I set out to do. My first hire, we got to give a shout out to Chris Stevens, and he was the first one on board with Audible Entertainment. It's just one of those things where like brought him on board, and everything kind of started snowballing from there. And then we ended up. I had a little subcontracting thing with Spence up in Morganton, and that was just a here or there thing. Adam came on board. Chris Stevens brought him on. So, Adam, what made you want to get in on the DJ stuff, man?
Well, I mean, Chris is the one who brought me in. Like, Chris started, of course, getting to the point where he needed some time off with the kids or whatnot, and he mentioned it to me. I was at pretty much every one of his gigs, and if he didn't have gigs, we were at your gigs doing karaoke and stuff, and I knew how to run the board, set up everything because I helped him everywhere. And I think about the time I came on is when you started Audible as Audible.
Yeah.
Right in there is whenever it split, and I love music. I got an ear for it. As everyone knows, my voice is tone deaf to my ears, but like out of the group that's on the mics today, yes, singing wise, I'm not good, but it's not because I just can't make that music. I don't have that talent y'all have for that. But as far as music, my ear, as you've noticed, Forrest, I can break it down. I've loved it my whole life. I've made it a part of my whole life, and
yeah, but what you lack in vocal ability, you make up for personality wise, and that's what a big part of this business is. It's absolutely being personable and getting out there and talking to everybody and being likable, lovable.
And that's the great thing about any of us being around each other at gigs, especially the karaoke gigs where we're on the mic more, is you get more of that comedian entertainment, and that helps people feel better about the DJs being in the house because we're more personal. I mean, Audible is probably one of the biggest, most personable, especially with karaoke gigs, that I've ever seen any of the DJs. Normally, you just show up and a DJ's behind the booth.
Yeah.
The regulars might know them, but nobody really knows anything about them. They don't mess with the clientele. Yeah. Even the staff, they're not interactive with them. But everybody that you have brought on since I've met you, very personable with people. So it's a good thing.
Another huge thing when it comes to the DJing thing out here is when you typically go and do karaoke somewhere, it's always like the DJ's just sitting down in some little nook.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And some
Fucking hate it.
bare freaking shitty table and whatever. And not saying that everybody does that. We got to give a shout out to Joey, DJ Just Joey. He's definitely not one of those people at all. There are some other companies around the area that may or may not be like that. I'm not going to mention no names, but it just kills me. Like, you go to sing karaoke and you got some fucking slob just sitting behind some table. What do you want to sing? And it's
Let me pull it up on my YouTube real quick.
Yeah, it's like, dude, make it presentable, make it great, So
that's another thing. Like where Bubba just mentioned the whole thing about YouTube. Like that is probably one of the other best things I've seen, especially with you as an owner of a business like this. Is when people need songs, you make sure to get them for them. Yeah. A lot of DJs don't even care. They're just like, oh, I don't have it. I don't need to spend extra money on it. You're the only person ever requesting it. You're like, even if it's one person wanting that song, if you can get it on our stuff for us, you get it for them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, I mean, the main thing is people, and I'm not knocking it too hard. I mean, there's Carafun out there, which is a subscription fee, but you got to have internet to run that. The thing with Audible is we don't need internet to run any show, period. Now, we might not have the newest karaoke release out there that just came out last month or whatever, but when it becomes available, we'll download it, we'll get it on there. That's the main thing. People got to understand that. I mean, yeah, you can find YouTube versions of this and that and whatever, but at the end of the day, if you're going to do it legal and you're going to do it right, you got to pay for it, and you got to wait till it's released on whatever platform I use to download, which is like typically $3.06 per track, which is a pain in the ass. So, but it is what it is. We try to keep it updated as much as possible. Music wise, we got you guys covered. Just straight DJ stuff, we got you covered all day. But anyway, so let's touch on what a lot of people don't know about Audible and the DJs in general, whether it be an Audible DJ or not. Everybody that's in this business, in the service industry, period, we make a lot of sacrifices. What people don't realize, we're the life of the party, we bring the party, but we're still on the working side of it. So, like a lot of people, we're providing the service to you, man. I'm grateful that they come out and have a good time, but they just don't understand what all we sacrifice. Like, we're sacrificing, time going out ourselves. We're sacrificing time with friends and family as well. I mean, we got a lot of friends that come out to these shows, but, a Saturday night, there's a concert going on. Well, guess what? We can't go because we got to work, make money, and provide the entertainment for everybody else. And that's what a lot of people don't really get. Forrest, what do you think about that?
I mean, just speaking on personal experiences, like holidays, massive. I've done New Year's Eve at Dive Bar the last 2 years that they've been open. Would I like to be off? And if I'm with a girl at the time, would I like to spend that evening with her and yada, yada? Absolutely. But that's something that comes with like dating or being with somebody in the industry that we're in, is they have to understand not only are we going to get hit on by a lot of drunk females, because we're all four very good looking guys.
Some of that shit's so annoying.
But like, and it gets to a point where like, when I first started, dude, I was eating that shit up like a fucking Twinkie. But it's
would you rather be the strudel or the Twinkie?
The strudel or the Twinkie. A lot of them ask me that question. They're like, I don't know what I want to be. Should I be a strudel or a Twinkie? I'm like, what song do you want to hear? Get the fuck out of my face. I don't care. I don't, because I'm sober. I'm not on your level. But like sacrifices, family events, Christmas Eve, New Year's, Thanksgiving, all of that stuff. And we're getting down to the nitty gritty in that time of the year right now, where like I have to ask my family, like, hey, can we do like a Christmas lunch at like 1:00 so I can actually see my family, spend time with my family.
Yeah.
And then I end up having to leave early so I can get to my gig on time and set up and everything.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
it's just
Chris, he's got the whip in hand, man. He's just like, no holidays off. No holidays off.
Slave driving over here.
It's terrible, man. But it's sacrifice.
Yeah, it is. It's a big sacrifice. And like, I think the dates work out pretty conveniently this year, but in years past, it's just been one of those things where like, a lot of people, for whatever reason, want to be open up on freaking Christmas Eve. Like the Vault, for example. We did a ton of shows there.
Womp womp.
And he was always like, dude, it's like there's going to be so many people coming out. And I'm like, fuck that. Like, what? Like, it's fucking Christmas Eve. Who gives a fuck, man?
If anybody's family's like mine, we start Christmas Eve at 11 a.m. drinking mimosas, and we pretty much drink at the house all day, eat a shit ton of food, play a lot of games, watch football. Like, we don't want to go out after because we're usually already past that point.
And it's like last year, Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Had Two Trees call up. I mean, I just did the gig that Saturday before Thanksgiving, and last minute, because the bar did a big Thanksgiving meal for their regulars, and they're always open just for the people that come in and want to drink, don't have families.
Yeah.
It was like, can you do Thanksgiving? And wanted me to start during the time my family dinner was going to be.
Yeah.
But sacrificing my family dinner to provide that entertainment. And it ended up being even bigger than our weekend nights there. I mean, I ended up with 150, almost 200 people at that tiny place by the time I got done at 2:00 in the morning, and allowing them to enjoy their time without families or out of town from families.
For sure. Yeah.
So
some nights do work out like that, which is a great thing. It just depends on what day of the week that those dates fall on. But I mean, Thanksgiving, it's always a Wednesday night.
Thursday.
Well, the pre-Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay. I was like,
so Thanksgiving's on Thursday, but like going into Thanksgiving, it's a Wednesday night that you're gonna be doing a gig or whatever.
Yeah, and I got to work on my birthday, Black Friday. I was really just trying to get shit-faced to go shopping and spend a lot of money I didn't have.
Yeah, well, you got more money than I do, fucker.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I do.
Forrest over here rolling in it.
Says you.
Says me nothing. I don't know what you talking about. I got 0 in my bank account.
What you got in your savings?
I like that laugh.
We ain't talking about that.
He said, "I'm saving that up for the strip club now."
No, no, buddy.
She don't work there no more. It's fine.
I have not stepped foot into a strip club in probably 4 or 5 years. So pat on the back for me for that.
4 or 5 years, I would have had to wear a neon shirt. So
So
Proud of you.
we're super proud of Bubba for attending Striplers AA.
Yeah.
And what you said, 4 or 5 years clean now?
Yeah, I'm about 4 or 5 years clean
That's
now,
great.
but that wasn't no stripper AA. I mean, shout out to God for that one. You know,
No, there you go. I was about to say he was supporting local moms on the regular there for a while, but
I mean, you can do that at your local
Yeah,
restaurants.
man, I was making their car payments for them. It was rough.
that's what I do for Forrest now.
Literally. Yeah.
That's what you call giving back to the community.
I still remember when I bought one of my guns. You walked up to me and you was like, I paid for that pretty much. Didn't I? I was like, oh, yeah, man. I mean, you paid for a lot of things
There you
here
go.
lately.
I mean, he pays for my truck weekly. So.
Yeah, old Bubba got that pew pew money.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, guys, out there in podcast listening land, we're about to wrap this thing up. Quick shout out for everybody. So we got the main crew in here right now. However, again, shout out Chris Stevens was the second employee of Audible Entertainment. There's been a few along the way. Let's see here. Kayla Wortman was on board for a while. I don't know if you guys actually ever met her. Kayla Joe.
What's she look like?
She does a lot of singing. Bubba.
Another one with a voice of an angel.
Look her up on
Yeah.
Facebook.
I'm gonna look right now.
You know, shout out, high regards to DJ Just Joey, being available for gigs and helping Audible out as well, and always being super cautious about advertising for Audible as well as himself. Let's see, who's not in the house? Not Haley's not in the house. Karen's not in the house. Spence is not
She's
in the
in your
house.
house.
What? No. Who?
Karen's in your house.
Well, no. But well, she's at work right now,
Oh, okay.
according to this. What's going on? Let's see here. What this is a Sunday. Yeah, she's working at the Wizard. You guys go check out the Wizard, by the way. If you're looking for a good family like atmosphere, not like bring your kids family. You can, but like just the atmosphere there is like, oh hey, I mean, once you kind of get past the new person walking in feel, it's like your average hole in the wall dive bar. Everybody knows everybody feel. You guys go check that out as well.
If we have a minute or two.
For you guys out in podcast land right now, we don't have a video feed at the moment, but Forrest is playing with a picture of a gun on his phone and trying to stick it in his waistband, and he feels like he's carrying at the point. What you feel good?
It's not working.
You a little moist over there?
I mean,
If he's putting that gun in his pants, you can just call me Kurt.
yeah, it ain't a 9mm, baby.
Last name Cobain.
I can't fucking deal with y'all.
Best-selling painter since 1998.
But anyway, guys, real quick, in the house with us tonight, Forrest,
Ow, ow.
Bubba,
What up?
Adam.
Hey.
My name is Chris, hosting this thing. We're at the Audible Entertainment Studios here in Hickory, North Carolina. We appreciate you tuning in for this pilot premiere episode. Hope you guys tune in. Like I said, we'll talk about anything and everything. Don't worry, Hickory. We're going to be talking about all that tea. We're going to be throwing.
Talking about all y'all bar boogers.
All
out
the
there.
boogers.
We're going to get it done.
If you're a booger, I'd pick you.
Don't worry. We won't mention no names, throw anybody under the bus unless it's warranted. We might future episodes, we might bring up the vault and a few other honorable mentions there. You know,
It's always a given. If you feel offended, that's your fault. Like, it's you.
That's it.
Especially if we're not pointing the finger or stating it's you
If the
directly.
shoe fits.
Exactly.
yeah,
Beat her down.
Exactly.
yeah. That's what the motto is if the shoe fits, strap that bitch up. Anyway, guys, appreciate you tuning in for this pilot premiere episode of Audible Entertainment. Hope to get you back on the next one. We'll be starting a video feed in the future as well, so you guys will be able to check it out on YouTube. But you guys can check it out on all the podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, trying to get one out on iHeart Podcasts as well, et cetera, et cetera. Until next time, we'll see you guys. You guys take care. Have a great one. Love you. Mean it.
This has been a production of Audible Entertainment, LLC. Don't forget to check us out on social media, as well as audiblentertainment.com. Thanks for listening to In the Mix.